What up? What up? How we doing? How we feeling? What's good, everyone? What's up, Game and Fire, Blue EX, Julio, channel member. Appreciate you, brother. Jesus, Yugi Hakusho, Scout. What's good, Scout? Dallas, another channel member. Appreciate you, brother. Dragoon, Richard, Stefan, Doobie Blaze, Obi. Not Obi Toppin, though. Randy, another channel member. Appreciate you, brother. Why are you disappointed, Pecker Dupree? And I know it's not the real Pecker Dupree because that's not how you spelled it. It's D-U-P-R-I. Noah, Agent Redbeards, DC Fat Cat. No, it's not the Pecker Dupree. What's up, Matthew? Hurricanes suck, bro. My mom is in Florida. I was like, yo, make sure your will and everything is in order, but now she's got 2 spots in Florida. She got one on the Gulf side, and then she's got a apartment that's closer to where her business is, that is like near Orlando. What's good, Brian? Julio, member of the RGT squad for 2 months. What's up, RGT? I'm doing good, man. How are you? Hope all is well for that BS stream. Ready? Hey, we're always ready for the BS, man. My whole life is BS, honestly. Like, it's nothing of substance that happens in my life. It's all just bullshit. I didn't make a video today. There was nothing I wanted to talk about. I kept looking and I was just like, man, that's one thing you kind of gotta learn. You can't really force a video. You can't force a video. Did I buy Blitz yet? I have not. It's kind of weird that there's no online already in it. I did not try Neon White yet. I did not. Do I agree with Mox winning the title? Honestly, no. I mean, from a storyline perspective, I guess that was the move to make. But my choice would have been Daniel Bryan. You know what's funny, Data Ombre? I actually thought about doing that today. That was almost going to be my video today. Because I wanted to sort of talk about the rise, I guess, and fall of the system. What's Aminizer? What's the only ones though. I almost made that. I've made one on this channel, but I thought about doing one on the main channel and just being like, what the fuck happened to this thing? Valkyrie Elysium. Yeah, I saw Happy Console Gamer made a what's up, Donnie? He made a video on that. Talking about that. That's my theory, Akuma. Opinions on the rumored Sonic Frontiers resolution reveal. I assume you're talking about 720p, 30 frames per second. No. I mean, I'll need to see it. Like, the thing about it is like, obviously 60 frames is ideal, but without actually playing the game, it's kind of hard for me to be like, oh, well, 30 doesn't work in this game. Because 30 does work in some games. A Sonic game, like, I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. Appreciate you, Black Stepdad. I did not post on Twitter's NASA, or NASA's Twitter. It was their YouTube channel. What's up, Dalton? Yes, Silvaro, for sure. It has to be. What's up, Jazzman? I mean, Kirby's still the throat goat. Because he can do things with his throat that no one else can. I will be honest with you, though, Vincent. With the what's up, Skits? With the Amico, that first trailer they did was good. I'll say it was a good trailer. They were like, hey, we have all these classic companies that are going to be making these classic franchises that haven't been around for a while, like R-Type and shit. And I was like, okay, talk to me. Now you're talking. And then somehow we got fucking toddler games out of it. Like, what? Any luck or updates on scoring that review copy for Frontiers? I'm feeling confident. The girl who's handling it knows me. I've already tried to butter her up. I tried to butter her up for a Sega Genesis Mini too. So I'll reach out a couple weeks before that. Square Enix, I'm going to start doing a lot more Square Enix stuff on the channel because it's funny. The old person who used to work at Sega that I did all my Sega stuff with, he now works for Square Enix. So I was like, dude, you work for Square Enix now, don't you? And he was like, yeah. Because that's how I got Diofield. I was like, dude, let me get a Diofield if you got one. He was like, yeah, dude, whatever you need, just let me know. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't realize that this was the move here. I saw that, Jazz Man. It looks pretty cool. But like Square has other games, like the Final Fantasy game. That's more of an action RPG. Nier Automata. I've never played those games, and people say I would like them, and that'll be an interesting port to see on the Switch. Yeah, be safe with the hurricanes, man. That's the one reason I'm glad I left. That's one of the reasons I'm glad I left North Carolina. It was those hurricanes don't fuck around, man. Yeah, I'll have a Crisis Core review, and you know what? You know what's funny? I've never played Crisis Core. Never played it. Game Chasers in the house. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, so I told the dude, because the dude knows me, and like he knows that I want Switch stuff. Because like I gave him, what did I ask him for? Let me see. I know I got Nier Automata coming, and there was another game that I asked him to hook up to, and he was like, "I'll get you the people." Let's see. Dragon Quest Treasures too. So, and I like Dragon Quest, so Dragon Quest is dope. What up, Jack Moves? Jack Move Johnny is the funniest live streamer on YouTube. I'll go ahead and say it. That man should be way bigger than he is as far as how many people watch his streams. Because I laugh at just everything, man. It's fucking hilarious. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. Thoughts on Atlas Sega suing fans over Shin Megami Tensei fan servers? I actually just heard about that today. We were doing something special for Scott the Waz, and John brought it up. Scott's doing like some big charity thing again at the end of this year, and we filmed something because like I don't want to say too much because I don't want to ruin his thing, but we're gonna be sort of a part of it. It's pure. That's what I like in my video games though, is pure fuckery. Like, that's what makes it fun. Guatemala in the building. What's up, Julio? I wish we could get, what's up, Sarah Pod? I wish we could get more cruising and stuff. I'm still not a huge fan of this one game BS, you know? It's just, oh, here's your one game. Like, when is GoldenEye coming out? Give me this is obviously a special thing. Holland in the building, Ireland, worldwide, baby. Puerto Rico. Saturn is also my childhood game system. You're a good man, Jonathan Santiago. And I say Santiago instead of Santiago because in school, there was this kid named Jason Santiago, but his name was Santiago. But our buddy Codemain, he couldn't say his name right, so he'd all call him Santiago. So ever since then, Uganda in the building. Yeah, I like to go earlier on Tuesdays because Thursdays and Saturday night streams are obviously later. Santiago. And it got to the point where like I can't even say it otherwise. Well, I've done stuff with Jack and Blaze before. I've done actually this Friday I'm doing BitCloud, which Blaze is sometimes on. I've done Weapon Wheel a few times. It's always fun. What up, Aldo? I mean, Cedric, like Kid Rock nowadays is kind of like old man on the porch, but like Bawa to Ba is a jam. Like, it's a good song, dude. I do have some exciting news to share. One of my favorite porn stars of all time is following me on Twitter. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. It really, really made my day. And I did send her a DM, and I was like, thank you. You made my teenage years, you made them good. Jasmine St. Clair, baby. Love Jasmine St. Clair. I still would, too. That's why I DM'd her. No, she's cool. I mean, she did the whole wrestling thing too, so you know, there's a lot of cross promotion with that. She hasn't hit me back yet, but she follows me. The follow just happened today, so I'll give it a little time. We'll see. And if not, it's all good. Bro, she taught me a lot of stuff. Does Atlas have the right to do it? Yeah, I mean, it's one of those gray area things. It's like, can we do this? Yes. Should we do this? Probably not. Exactly. Fitty chance. What's up, Omar? I mean, not wrong, Slam Dog. Like, that was a revolution. I'll still fire up some of our old flicks from time to time. What up, Steez? I got a really cool shirt today from Konami, of all people, which goes to show you that you could bash a company and they'll still send you stuff. They sent me a Cowabunga collection, like, football jersey. It looks really dope. It's like yellow. I got it upstairs. No pachinko machine on the shirt. But I mean, it's cool. Like, that just goes to show you, because like so many of these people will like brown nose and suck up to these companies and shit. I literally have a video on my channel somewhere where I end it saying fuck Konami, and it's like says it over and over and over again. But like, they're cool, you know? I think they understand. Like, sub noise misfit. She is a real MVP. Skate 4 free to play. Oh man, it's gonna be so microtransactioned that it's gonna be ridiculous. Like, it's gonna be disgusting. You're literally gonna have to pay for everything you have to pay for in real life. And just to be clear, skateboarding is a very expensive hobby, especially when you're a kid. Like, you could break a board at any time. I remember buying a board and breaking it the same day. That's 50, 60 bucks down the drain. Your shoes get ripped up. You got to buy some new shoes to skate in. You got bearings, you got wheels, you got trucks. And I feel like they're going to itemize all that shit to where, oh, you want these independent trucks? Oh, that's $2. Oh, you want these Spitfire wheels? Oh, that's $1. Like, shit like that, dude. I think it's going to be ridiculous. What's up, Dewan? I didn't make a video today. Did not make a video. Just nothing going on. As a YouTuber, you have a choice. If you sell out, you can get ad revenue. If you don't sell out, you can get donations from the people. Or you could do the third option, which is do fucking ads and take donos. I don't care. If people want to donate, cool. If they don't, it's fine. But like, Kenny, it's like, what can I say, really? It's like, oh, well, E3's coming back. They're going to do 2 days worth of stuff. Like, we don't know anything beyond that. You know what I'm saying? It's not really something I could sink my teeth into. I am working on something for tomorrow, just in case tomorrow's. What I need to do is I need to start stockpiling like evergreen videos and just for days when nothing's going on. Because I do have an editor that I only use on a case-by-case basis. Oh, yeah, we got memberships on here too, Brandon. Don't forget that. Do not forget that. Secure the bag. So, basically, I just do the voiceover for the video. He handles all the footage and stuff, and then he just sends it to me. So, I'm going to do one of those later tonight and have him edit that, just in case tomorrow nothing's popping. Tony Velli. Thank you for the donut. Yo, do you think retro gaming prices will slow down? That's tough. I think a lot of games, as far as open sealed games, that's a whole nother fucking thing. I think a lot of the games have hit their peak. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of them are starting to peak, and so they won't necessarily go beyond that. As far as completely slowing down, though, it's tough, man. It's tough because with shit like inflation, we're all sitting here. We're all sitting here like, okay, house prices, they're going to come down anytime soon. Car prices are coming down anytime soon. But what a lot of people don't realize is the home market and the vehicle market, and this does actually translate into video games, they're drastically different than they were back in something like 2008, 2009, when we had the big recession, because of the fact that now you have all these banks and all these private companies that are buying up the houses, that are buying up the cars, thus making them more expensive, that are buying the video games, especially the sealed ones, and thus artificially inflating the marketplace, because now they can set the price. If nobody else has this, but we have it, we control the price. So, you know, it's a slippery slope. It's it's when you look into WATA, dude, it's people who don't fucking, there was some fucking ass clown that made a video talking about sealed game collections, and he ripped like Pat the NES Punk, me, Carl Jobst in his video, and he said, oh, well, I'm a big video game collector in his video. You could actually find a video from like 2 years ago where the motherfucker said he didn't know shit about video games. He was looking at it from a monetary standpoint. And a lot of these people don't think that way. They don't think that way. Exactly, Randy. Trust me, bro. I know, because I'm the fucking idiot buying the toys. Dwan, yes, I talked about it earlier. Nier Automata, I'm actually planning on doing a review for it, so that'll be fun. Bro, Jazzman, when I got my car this year, back in March, I traded in my car to Carvana and got literally almost the exact amount that I paid for it like 2 years prior. And it had sun damage on the hood. I don't even know how the fuck that happened. So the car was technically in worse condition, and I got the same amount of money that I paid for it. It's crazy. Richard Christensen, welcome to the RGT Army. I've been wanting to get my hands on like an old, like a 87 190E Mercedes, just because I love those body styles. Ideally, it would be a Cosworth one, but like, there's hardly, no one's selling them. The ones that are selling are fucking ratty as shit. I mean, the same thing happened to my mom. Like, she got a new car, and she was just selling her car to Carvana. And so they set a date to come pick up her car, and they called her and they're like, hey, if we can come a week early, we'll give you an extra $2,000. She was like, okay, because there's no cars out there, bro. Rush would be fun, but Rush, it's not the fastest game. Yeah, CR, I'm interested to see how that works. I love the Cosworths. Yeah, like, so many people are into WATA. I know people that are into WATA, and it's like, that's fine. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But I'm going to think it's stupid. I don't think anything less of you, because at the end of the day, you're just trying to make money. Whatever, that's fine. This is a cool mint. But for me personally, I think it's fucking stupid. Am I a millionaire off YouTube yet? No. Yeah, I saw that Deadpool 3 teaser. Oh, Peter, I know you. I saw your 2 fucking little shorts today. You got some views on those, brother? Good job. Santiago, the Retroid Pocket 2 Plus I just picked up not too long ago. Great for Dreamcast. Okay for Sega Saturn. Really good for N64 so far. I like those systems. I think there's nothing wrong with them because you can't buy those games and give people money on them. You know, you can't give the developer money. I can't give Nintendo or Sega money for 16-bit games. I soft modded my Vita Serapod basically just so I could do PSP games on it, and it's very easy. I have not heard of the Try Guys. I see that like the shit is like the Try Guys severed ties with Ned Fulmer as here on Twitter. I don't know who the fuck these people are. They all look like people that I wouldn't get along with in real life. So fuck them. What does it take to be friends with you, RGT? You are my friend, Julio. You know that. I have tried Yakuza. I used to play the Yakuza games on the PS2. I haven't really played many of the modern ones. I do want that that fucking that new one that was like, I think it only came out in Japan previously for the PS3. They showed it during Sony's press conference. I think that looks really cool. I would like that, Common Sensei. And it makes sense because Disney themselves is wanting to like whore out Star Wars now. They want like a Star Wars game every 6 months. Put those shits on there. Make a collection. Do a remaster of Shadows of the Empire. I fucking love that game. I think it's super cool. I like the lore in it and stuff. How much does it cost to go to E3? I've never been to E3. And honestly, I never plan on going to E3 because I have to look at E3 from a business perspective. And for me, by going to E3, will I make connections? I mean, maybe, but I could make more money and I could do better coverage sitting in my basement, just watching everything and analyzing it more so than being there, than trying to find a stable Wi-Fi connection and then, you know, somewhat edit a video and then throw it up. So it would be tough. I think Shadows of the Empire is very underrated, in my opinion. Like, people say, oh, you can't play that game today. Nah, I can. A little less, Patrick. A little less. Every day, it seems like there's less than this. My justification of separating the art from the artist, it's getting tougher every day. So, yeah, you got PAX East. You got Too Many Games, which is a big one that I usually do. There's lots of smaller conventions and stuff like that. 100K, so no, not that many. But it does, I mean, you get crazy views and you get crazy stuff. Rigo Romero, what should be the first third-party game to show off the next Switch's power at the unveiling? Bro, Demetrius, I was fucking so mad. The offensive line sucks. The Giants' offensive line sucks. The man was rushed 24 times. If you give Danny Dimes a good offensive line, I think he's a good quarterback. It's just, nobody can work under those conditions. The first third-party game. You know what? I'm going to say a crazy one. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Because Part 2 is not going to be out yet. Because I'm assuming the next Switch, I think there's a good chance it comes out next year. But even if we're talking 2024, I think that's a good way to show it off. You have Final Fantasy VII Vanilla on the system. Yeah, I managed to get one just randomly, Medallion. Bro, that Giants game was fucking terrible. Have you ever watched Rick and Morty? I watched a little bit of it, but then the whole Pickle Rick thing got out of control. And I couldn't do it anymore. Bro, this other quarterback is better anyways. The other, yeah, Dak needs to sit his ass down. The thing about a lot of quarterbacks is a flamboyant quarterback works well in some systems, but in other systems it doesn't. And I feel like Dak's game doesn't really work with what Dallas wants to do. I think this other guy seems to be a little bit better. I don't know. It could just be because they're winning. How many parts are they going to do? I believe 3 parts. Oh, stop it, Omi. Bro, that new Jurassic Park movie, or Jurassic World movie, that thing was terrible. Absolutely terrible. I can suspend my disbelief of something. First off, I realized I don't really like Chris Pratt. I don't like him. I just don't like him. Okay, if that's a problem, so be it. They try to tug you with the nostalgia and, you know, Dr. Ellie Grant and freaking the other guy, Ian Malcolm and shit. And they didn't do diddly poo in the movie. They didn't do diddly. They were worthless. They could have been anyone else. But it was just like, oh, let's have them because, you know, nostalgia. Okay, they crashed the plane into an iceberg. Nothing happens. They just pop. Oh, well, all right, we're good. We're good. Oh, shit. I fell into the icy frozen water. I'm submerged in icy frozen water. Oh, the chick pulls me out. We're good. We're good. Like, come on, man. Oh, here comes a dinosaur. It's a dinosaur. I'm going to try that. Oh, if I ever get, like, lost in the Serengeti or something, I'm going to try. I'm just going to be like, hey, lion. Hey, what's up? Fucking ridiculous. At least I wanted to see Chris Pratt's face in that movie. But, like, what? He doesn't sound very Italian to me. I want this movie. Look, some people don't like stereotypes. That's fine. That's fine. I want Mario to be the most Italian mother. I want chest hair with the gold chain. I want pizza jokes and pasta jokes. Like, go overboard. Go overboard with it. But no, it's like, oh, this is going to be a new type of Mario. It's going to be, what, Serengeti Mario? Born in Texas Mario. Is he from Texas? He seems like he's from Texas. Yeah, the last Mario thing was forever ago. He was not badass. He was not bad. This is not badass. Stop in the name of love. I have not. I do need to wash it, actually. We had a lot of rain and a lot of dirt got on the car. Yeah, like, and I get it. People are like, oh, it's supposed to be an over-the-top action flick. This, that, and the other. And it's like, okay. But at least with the first Jurassic Park, like, you felt something. And I feel what, like, with the World Series, the first World was okay. But after that, it was just like, what am I identifying with? What am I supposed to feel with this movie? Am I supposed to feel it? And that's why, you know, a lot of these Marvel movies, people love them, and that's fine, but they're just like kind of soulless at the end of the day. It's like, I can't really care about this. Oh yeah, Mr. Perfect Call. I've seen both of them. What's up, Shepard? The OG Mario movie was stupid. Like, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with that. The Wizard was great, though. I like the Wizard. Platinum Games have a telephone number. I have no idea, dude. I would try their Twitter or their email. Yeah, it's time to just kill Jurassic World and Jurassic Park. Just kill it off. I mean, 2 was okay. 3 had its moments. I didn't really care for the plot. Like, we're fake millionaires. Like, you know, you would get the bag before you go to a fucking dinosaur island to stay in, you know, a dinosaur island. California. What's up, Johnny? Bro, Gambit. Like, I think that's the next move, though. They did it with Dino Crisis. Tell them off for Babylon's Full. What do I think of the new Zelda game? I'm not one of these analyzers, you know, these people that go real deep into the lore. So for me, it's kind of tough. What video game would you love turned into a movie? I mean, Metal Gear Solid, I think, would be good, but I wouldn't like it, if that makes any sense, because they need to follow that plot to the T. And if you deviate from that plot, I'm going to be mad. Like, that's the problem. A lot of the video games that I like, I don't want to see them as movies because I feel like they're going to fuck them up. Like The Last of Us, I don't understand why that needs a television show. I don't understand it. It's a cinematic, story-driven game that takes you, what, 12 hours to beat? What in God's name are you going to do with this to elongate it, to pad it out? It doesn't make sense, bro. No, I'm not playing Persona 5. I can't do it, man. I can't. I mean, it does make sense as a show because it plays very cinematic, but it's like, I don't get it. Dynasty Warriors would just be all CGI with like 1,000 people dying at once. With the Wii eShop or the Wii U eShop and 3DS eShop's closing, what games do you think will rise in price? All of them. All of them. You saw it with Metal Gear Solid 3 on the 3DS. They had to pull it off the eShop because of the scenes from it that had history or whatever it was. They used historical footage, and then it was like, that was it. It shot up in price. And long hair BD Wong, like BD Wong has always been a problem in these movies. It's like, oh, we keep giving this motherfucker chance. Locust. Why are we talking about Locust and famine and stuff? Like, get out of my face with it. And it was so long. It was like 2 hours and 40 minutes long. Bulgaria in the building. Let's go. That's smart, Slam Dog. And it's not a great game. I mean, it's not a great version of the game. I still love it to death, but yeah, it's a pricey son of a bitch now. Dragon Ball Breakers and Bayonetta 3. I'm getting Bayonetta 3, for sure. Mario and Rabbids, I'll get that for sure. Nier Automata, I'm probably getting a review copy of that. I think it's gonna be an interesting month. I do like Jabba Rat. I think he's fun. Yeah, but if you had the Circle Pad Pro, you got to go deep into this 3DS thing. If you had the Circle Pad Pro, Metal Gear Solid 3 was a fine experience on the 3DS. If you did not have the Circle Pad Pro, you were fucked. You were fucked. The problem with the Rush games, though, is I feel like they would be cool, but like the arcade ones are so much better than the N64 ones. Like, they're very sluggish when you play them nowadays. They haven't aged all that gracefully. I love the mechanics of it. I think the mechanics are brilliant, but favorite wrestling game? Probably No Mercy. People say, oh, Here Comes the Pain is better. I mean, you could do more in Here Comes the Pain, but I just feel like No Mercy is better. Circle Pad Pro was legit. Favorite best game of 2022 for you? I feel like the games I'm going to like the most, like Bayonetta 3 and God of War and Sonic Frontiers, haven't come out yet. So that's kind of hard for me. I mean, there's been some good stuff. But it's hard for me to say without those games coming out yet. Yeah, I kind of prefer Revenge too, because the roster is better. Well, Medusa, they had the fucking stand that came with it. Gotta have a stand. You put it on the stand and then you play it like it's... Nintendo is fucking weird with a lot of things. No, not on my list. Thoughts on The Last of Us 2? Gameplay-wise, I really liked it. I thought the gameplay of it was really cool. The story just bothered me. And it's not because of this, that, and the other, and this social thing and all that stuff. No, I didn't care about any of that. I really don't care about stuff like that. My problem was, it's about revenge. And we have multiple opportunities for revenge. And we don't get it. I don't get it. I'm sorry, I can't wrap my head around it. I can't wrap my head around it. Thank you, Green. I've heard a lot of good things about 2K22. Well, I mean, even if we take away the fact that I do believe in revenge, you had the one opportunity and you passed it up. End it there. End it there, and it's more cohesive. But you pass it up, and then you're like, wait a minute, no, I do want revenge. So let me just pad out this game longer so I can get my revenge. And, you know what? I don't want it again. Like, fucking hell, man. It was just ridiculous. If you don't want the revenge, fine. Fine. But don't base the game around it, and then you change your mind twice. I don't think I got an NDA today. What's up, Legend? What you thinking about Fournier? I know you see that shit today. Or supposedly Fournier is going to start. That's true, big boy. Well, lucky you, Mr. Pilgrim. Lucky you. Soccer is not one of my cups of tea. I played soccer and I liked playing soccer, but watching soccer to me is like watching hockey. I just can't do it. There's not enough going on. Now, it's fun to go to a hockey game in real life versus watching it on the television, but yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. And really, you just have to see, you know, if that defense becomes a problem. If that defense becomes a problem, then you got to readjust. But then, I mean, Tibbs started Elfrid Payton for fucking ever. I guess that's how he is. Baseball's okay. Follow the Mets a little bit. I saw that Lonzo Ball shit. I will say, we avoided that nicely. The Knicks avoided that nicely. Grand Slam I thought was pretty fun. I liked Rampage a little bit better because Muda came, but I had it spoiled for me on Wednesday night and I was so pissed. Little questionable. I would have went with D-Bry instead of Moxley, but you know. No, I'm not getting an RTX 40. I don't even know what I would do with that. Well, what do? You open a case up and you put it. I don't know how to do any of that shit. Yeah, it was cool to see Trina, and they had Fabulous there and DJ Woo Kid. Well, Shadow Man got a remaster, and it's on the Switch, isn't it? And so did Turok. I have a physical of it, Turok 1 and 2. I don't know how PC stuff works. Big Baller Brand shoes. God damn. I don't know how that company makes money. I feel like Papa Ball is the one buying them all. I'll do a game room tour soon. There's not really much new in here. I guess it's not for me, but maybe it is for you. Do I have a count of my physical Switch games? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I had a guess, I would say 150-ish. Just basing it on the numbers that I got from there. Plus, I still have like games that are just in weird places. I do not trust Spawnwave with computers. He screwed me over once on this fucking laptop. Well, God of War is a first party property. So Sony, like, part owns it. So they don't have to do anything. No, it was a nice, this motherfucker. I was having computer issues, and he was like, here's a nice laptop that you could buy. It cost me like $650. That motherfucker never worked right. Never. Ever. Ever. The whole time I owned it. Never worked right. Craziness. Yes, I will play the Village DLC next month. Actually, I liked that game. It wasn't scary, though. And the last fourth of the game, it probably was, but at that point I was just like, I'm not gonna trust him anymore. Bro stays healthy, we can make it out of the first round. Also, who do you have coming out of the East? The Knicks. The Knicks are coming out of the East. I mean, realistically, it'll probably be fucking the Bucks or the Sixers, but you know, injuries, they can mess everything up. What's up, Farrell? No, Steez. Like, this was just to, like, browse the internet and shit. It did nothing. I'm working on a remake of N64 Body Harvest. Body Harvest is freaking awesome, but be careful because that's owned by the company that ended up becoming Rockstar, so they will come after you. Well, see, because I couldn't tell if it was, like, working because I was stupid or if it was actually broken. Like, maybe it was just slow. I don't know. Maybe I'm just slow. I don't know. Oh, Nick's Widowfinals. Nick's Widowfinal by far. The Giants, you know, I go back to Eli Manning. I have fond memories. I ain't got no good memories of the Knicks. I should make a video exposing John. Still alive with the dono. Which one of these 3 NES games do you consider most difficult? Castlevania 1, Mega Man 1, or Zelda 2? Castlevania 1 and Mega Man 1 are more so about repetition. Memorizing stuff. Memorizing where enemies are. So those are hard, but they're hard but fair. Zelda 2, now you're getting into the cryptic shit. Because like Zelda 2 is kind of like Castlevania 2. Where like, it's very, very hard to figure out some of that shit on your own. Where you're supposed to go, what you're supposed to do. At least with Castlevania and Mega Man, it's like, beat the level, beat the boss, move on to the next level, move on to the next boss. You know, it was a lot more, streamlined. Right, Scott? It's a fucking win. All right, Dwan, gotta be careful though. Bro, the city would be shut down, Legend. The city would be fucking shut down. The Box Saturn is nice. I bought that off of Whatnot. I'll make a video on it eventually. It's a little crusty on the upper corners. I don't think Zelda 2 is a bad game. I'm just saying out of those 3 games, it's the game that you have to like know something. Oh, for sure, Legend. For sure. My favorite Street Fighter character, Ryu. I'm a basic bitch. You ever had a really bad case of constipation? Yes. Yes, I have. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with me. I was like 16 or 17 years old, and I woke up and I went to the bathroom and like, cause I thought I had a shit and I couldn't shit. And so when I went to stand up, I literally could not stand up because the pain was so bad. So I fell on the ground, kind of like in the fetal position. I'm like, Ma! Ma! So her and my dad like run out of the room. Was like, ah! Like, what the hell's wrong with this? Like, ah! So they took me to the ER, and like the ER gave me some sort of concoction, and it was just like, they gave me the concoction thinking that it was going to take some time to work, and it didn't. And so we're sitting in the waiting room, and I'm like, oh, holy shit. And I was like, yo, where's the bathroom? And I fucking destroyed that bathroom. I obliterated it. And then I was like ready to go home. I'm like, well, can I go home now? Like, what's the point? And Mom was like, no, they got to run tests on you and see like why that happened and stuff. I don't even remember the cause of it, but I ended up having to stay for like a couple hours. Robbie Roxas. Hey, man. Hope you're having a great week. Showing some quick love, but it's my wife and mine's 9th anniversary today. Peace, man. Robbie, I hope you have a great 9th anniversary. That's a lot of years. She must make you a very happy person, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. Enjoy your anniversary evening. Going by Japanese law, can I come in Connecticut, in New Haven, Connecticut? You forgot. What do you mean, Dwan? I'm confused. See, like, spicy stuff doesn't do that to me. I really have no idea why that happened to me and why it happened. I can't remember. Must have been something I ate or something. But it was crazy. Keith with the 14-year anniversary. The only thing that I've ever had an elongated anniversary of is smoking cigarettes. It's been 21 years. Damn, Jazz, man. Hey, that happens, bro. That happens. That's life. Am I gonna make a retro toy channel with Jordan Fritz? If he wants to, I'll do it. Meant says Japanese cannot come in Connecticut. Can I do that? Oh, so you live in New Haven is what you're saying. I mean, laws, there's international laws though. You gotta worry about it. My credit history dropped. I don't know why I hate credit cards. I don't really use credit cards like ever. So like my credit history always like stays the same. I probably should just to have a better credit score, but it's like, what do I need about, like, I don't really need a better credit score because I don't really buy things that I can't really afford. I've never collaborated with the Metal Jesus Rocks. I would though, if you ever hit me up. But nah. But he's doing this whole fucking, I'm going on vacation. Look at how games I bought. People like that shit though. One more question. Street Fighter Alpha 3 or Street Fighter 3 Third Strike? Which did I like more? Alpha 3. Alpha 3. Alpha 3 I think just plays better. The Alpha series I think is just awesome. And I have love for, you know, the standard numerical ones, but during that time frame, I loved the Alpha series. Am I cool with Pat the NES punk? He yelled at me one time at a convention. That was pretty funny. But like I don't have any problems with him. I'm sure he's over that too, but who knows? I remember one time when I had the long curly hair going, I was gonna make a parody of him and do Sean the Saturn guy, or Sean the Saturn punk or something like that. And like I sent him a message and he definitely just led me on, because I was like, hey, you know, I'm thinking of doing this, you know, would you be cool with it? You know, no disrespect or anything like that. And he never responded, so he left me on red. It's all good though. No beef. Did I watch Spoonie? I watched Spoonie. Spoonie's a sad tale in my opinion, because Spoonie was like one of the first, he was really one of the first, you know, him and like James Rolfe were like one of the first YouTubers who were like making a living off of it and were able to do things like, you know, buy a house and shit, you know, pay your bills. And then Spoonie just kind of self-sabotaged himself. I think he's very talented, but he's obviously got a lot of demons in his head that like, I don't know, and his whole girlfriend leaving him, you know, that definitely didn't help. So I don't know. He seems content now though. He seems I've had ones that you had to just take antibiotics, cantaloupe, nothing beyond that. I'm trying to make myself be in that, A-Rod. That's my my goal in life. What's going on with Activision? What you mean? Yeah, I think Spoonie moved in with like a family member or something. Who's hotter, Player Essence or Spawn Wave? I've never met Player Essence in real life. I've never met OJ in real life, so it's hard for me to say. John says that he's 5'10". I'm gonna go ahead and call his bluff on that, because I am taller than John and I am 5'10". John, I think he's a little bit more like a 5'9". Just saying. Yeah, I've seen Spoonie streaming on his channel. You know what, Bruce, and this is gonna be terrible to say, Sammy needs a haircut and a beard trim. That look just takes me out of his character for some reason. Thanks, Noe. Why don't talk about WrestleQuest? I'll talk about it once it's out. I'll plan on doing a review of that. Am I still cool with Rich? Yeah, Rich is cool. He's weird as fuck, but we're cool. Would I rather smoke crack by myself or drink beer and smoke weed with pizza? I'd crack by myself. I don't want to be in the same town as Pete Davidson. So Zelda Direct went, yo, I don't understand it. I don't understand where this Zelda Direct stuff is coming from. Like, if we're talking 2023, sure. But like, nothing's happening before then. Nothing. I don't get it. It's not, you shouldn't just, It just seems like people are like making stuff up. I didn't hear about that, Dwan. I'll have to watch. I really don't watch Spawn-based videos because I feel like it could subconsciously influence what I do or consciously influence it. Ray, am I dating them or am I just sleeping with them? Because I have a different answer for each. I think Pete Davidson sucks. I don't think he's funny. I would love another Virtua Fighter. I need another Virtua Fighter. Like the one that they did, the 5 was kind of like the remix thing. Okay, whatever. Give me 6, man. Date? Oh, so you kind of got to do a vetting process on that. Because a lot of Latina chicks, they're a little crazy sometimes. And like, I'm pretty sure that's just like genetically inherent. Man, that's tough. But sometimes crazy is good. Because like, if they're not crazy towards you, they're crazy towards other people. Like, I think that's good. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you say about him? Like, you know, shit like that. Like, that's cool. I like that. But once it starts hitting on you and reflecting towards you, that's when things get scary, bro. Still alive. Yeah. Yeah. I have. We'll leave it at that. I will never play Quest 64. Never. Hey, I'm just saying what's true. I have plenty of Puerto Ricans in my family, so I know very well all about the ups and the downs. I've never met Miss Click, but I feel like she's tall, but I don't think she is. Do I like guys? No. What's the music? It is just the random lo-fi hip-hop radio that I have playing. Celia is cool. See, I can't really... Like, Celia is like Miss Click to me. Like a stepsister. Like, if they were in the shower, I would look. I would take a peek because we're not blood. But, like, you know, I've known them for a while. And it's like, it's kind of different. Favorite Tekken game? Tekken 3. I love Tekken 3. Tekken 3 was fucking amazing. No problem, Caps. Oh, Koopa Attack. I read them and laugh. Every week, everyone hates me or loves me. You thought so, Lord RJ? Everyone seemed to love her. I'll say it at the end of this, Brayden. There's something I liked. Where'd it go? Tekken 8 does look great. Either the front yard of my house or in the back of my Ford Explorer while a large gathering of Hispanic people attacked the vehicle. Yeah, see, most of the Puerto Ricans in my family are Northeast Puerto Ricans. Favorite meal after a Tinder date? Man, just give me like a sandwich, bro. I hope that goes well, X-Player. I hope that goes well. Surgery is never fun. Do I know Pro Jared in person? No. I've never met Pro Jared. I can't really say much. Do I have a favorite JRPG? Grandia 2. I need to replay Grandia 2. Because I don't remember shit from it, but I remember that I absolutely loved it. Which is a weird thing to say. Tales of Symphonia, the original Tales of Symphonia. I love that game too. Who dis? I'm gonna piss some people off with this. People have asked me, you like KFC or Popeyes better? I like KFC better. I think KFC has a better sandwich. Oh yeah, Miss Click is pretty. Do I think American is a race? No, it's where you live. I mean, if you live here, then you would be an American, but it's not your race. No, fuck Bojangles, Morpheus. I used to fuck around with Bojangles heavily because I lived in the South. I remember my dad worked with Bojangles for a while, and the last time I had Bojangles, I was going to the Southeast Game Exchange, which was like a 4.5 hour drive or something. And for some reason, on the way down there, I thought to my mind, no, that's true. That's true, Kirby. I thought in my mind, I'm going to take the back roads. I'll take the scenic route and see what it looks like. That was a horrible fucking decision. I went to some gas station and I literally felt like I was like in a movie and I was going to get kidnapped and killed in it. Like they looked at me like I was from like another planet or something like that in some podunk ass town in South Carolina. But anyways, I stopped at a Bojangles there. It took me 15 minutes waiting inside just to get my food to go, and it was the worst fucking thing I ever ate. The biscuit was like this. It was like this, and I was like, what the fuck? And that was the last time I ate Bojangles. And then on the way home, I took the highway. I've ever met James Rolfe. No, fuck Bojangles. I do love their seasoned fries, though. Cajun fries are fucking delicious. Fresh and Fit podcast. I don't know what that is. James Rolfe. I met James Rolfe when I was a very small YouTuber, and he was so nice and so polite to me. And I don't tolerate Rolfe slander. You might not like his content anymore. That's fine. Whatever. But he was such a nice and genuine person. He had no clue who the fuck I was. So I liked him. I was just like, remember, we were waiting in line for drinks because at the Too Many Games after party, you get these drink tokens and you just bring the tokens up to the bartender and you get your drink. And I was just standing there and he was right in front of me. I was like, hey man, big fan of your content. He was like, oh, thanks, man. How long you been watching? Like he struck up a conversation with me. He didn't have to do that, so. I've never tried Raising Cane's. What's up, Raiden? Precious from the movie Precious. I mean, $1,500 is $1,500. I'm not going to complain about that. Let's see. Precious movie. I feel like she would beat my ass. Like she's either like a bully or a very nice person. Like I don't feel like there's an in-between. I do not feel like there's an in-between. What's up, Robert? I've never seen the movie Precious. I had to look that up. If she was a nice person for $1,500, sure. But if she's mean, hell no. She start punching me in the face. Pecker Dupree got married. He's got a kid or two now. I lost track with him. The last time I hung out with Pecker Dupree was when I was like 26. It was right before I moved into the party house with a couple friends. So yeah, I guess it was 26 because I had my own little shitty apartment. And like the last two times we hung out, there was like two instances of weird things that happened that I felt kind of put like a damper on things. And then we just lost contact. What if G4 offered me a fat tech check to join? If I could do it remotely, I ain't moving to fucking Shitsville, California. Sorry if you live in California. It's too expensive out there, bro. It's way too expensive. Yeah, it was just weird. One time was over a girl. Like, he just fell in love with this girl when he came up to see me. And I'm like, bro, you don't need to mess with this chick. Trust me. I live here. Okay. I know these people. You don't want to mess with this chick. He just fell in love with her. And so he ended up, because he drove up from Georgia, he ended up hanging out with her. Like, I think he came up for like 4 days, and like half the time he was just with her. I was like, all right, bro. And the second time, there was just something weird that happened at a bar that we went to, because we went to the party house. It was before I lived there. I was moving in like a couple weeks, and we pre-gamed there. We went out to the bar, and then something weird just kind of happened, and like he ended up leaving the next day. I don't know. It was a weird thing. Membership, it should just be right there where it says joined. What if John bought out? See, like, what can you do with G4? No, I mean, he's not a bad dude. It was just a weird situation. Maybe things had changed. You know, maybe he had grown up a little bit more than me or something or the other. Like, I don't know. It's hard for me to say. Damn, South Coast. Everyone always says this. No, it's a Grandmama shirt. So technically it is a Family Matters shirt because Grandmama was on there. But no, it's Larry Johnson. Knicks and Hornets legend. I don't know if I can like give you a direct link for it. But I spent a night with Dolly Parton. Hell yeah, she got money. Rob her ass. Fuck her than rob her. Don't quote me on that, please. Have I ever been out of the country? Does the Bahamas count? I've been to the Bahamas before when I was like 4, and my parents had no money. We lived in like this not so great apartment, but for some reason they're like, well, we're going to go to the Bahamas and just be in debt for a while. So the only thing I remember seeing some fish because you had like the water there was beautiful and you could look through like a little scope thing, like see into the water like nice and clear and see the fish. Then there was a big thunderstorm that came. There was a big golden retriever running on the beach, and then there was an arcade inside the hotel. That was all I remember. A-Rod, I bet Petey Pablo. Met him one time. Can I fight a bear? Like a big, hairy gay man? We can square up. An actual bear? Like, you know, a animal bear? I mean, I'll try. Country music, Joseph. Country music drives me nuts. I just can't do it. Can't do it. Do a thumbnail face. Like, I don't know how to make normal faces. Like, all of my pictures, every family picture, I'm like this. I don't know how to smile. I don't know how to do anything. A gorilla. A gorilla is... I wouldn't fuck with a gorilla. Game genres I could never really get into. Music games. Like, not like Guitar Hero, but like Theater Rhythm. I'm not getting excited for Theater Rhythm. I'm not doing it. I refuse. If you want to be excited for Theater Rhythm, be my guest. I do want a Steam Deck. I just don't want to wait. Mugshot practice. Yeah, I remember they took my prints and they took my mugshot once. I remember one time, this was the fucking craziest story. I'll give you a free story here because I'm a nice guy. I did check it out, Joseph. It fucking slaps. I was awakened one day. I'm like 22 maybe at this time. But someone's beating on my door at like 8:30 in the morning. And I'm like, what the fuck? I open the door and I'm like half asleep. And it's a guy, you know, dressed in a polo shirt, And I look down on his belt, and he's got like a badge and a gun on his belt. I'm like, oh, maybe something happened. So I'm like, hey, how's it going? He's like, Mr. Long. I'm like, yeah, it's me. He was like, is this your gold Ford Explorer out here? I was like, yep, that's my Explorer. And he was like, you want to tell me about something? I'm like, not really. Like, what you want me to tell you? He was like, oh, what were you doing last night? I was like, I was here at the crib with my boy Rob. And he was like, really? Can he cooperate with that? I'm like, all right, why don't you tell me what you think is going on? Because we're obviously on two motherfucking different wavelengths. And so he's like, well, there was an incident on Highway 74. And I was like, okay. And he's like, your vehicle was positively identified. And I'm like, for what? And he was like, a drive-by shooting. I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, no, I've done some dumb shit before. Clearly, I've done some dumb shit. Shit I'll never talk about. However, a drive-by shooting is not one of those things. So I'm like, bro, that wasn't me. He was like, well, you have a very unique vehicle. Wouldn't you say so? And I did have a very unique Ford Explorer. It was on 20s. I had a big chrome brush guard on it. I had TVs in there and speakers and shit. So it was technically a one-of-a-kind car. And I'm like, bro, I wasn't doing no sort of drive-by shooting. I'm like, this is bullshit. Whoever told you that, they must have just said my car. And he was like, I think there's more to the story than you're telling me. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. I was like, bro, do you want to go look and see if there's gun residue on the car? And he's like, yeah, I do. I was like, fine. I don't need a lawyer for this because I ain't do nothing. So I go downstairs and this guy is searching my car. It's right as he starts searching my car. The guy, what do you call the guy who runs like the apartment complex? I forget. It's not like a super, but we'll just say a super for this. He's walking by, and I've known this dude forever. I've known this dude since I was like mad young. And he's like, who the fuck is this? I was like, it's some detective. He thinks I was in a drive-by shooting. A manager. Yeah, the manager landlord guy. And he was like, do you even have a gun right now? I was like, nah, I don't even own a gun. And he was like, why are you, he goes over to the cop and he's like, why are you fucking with him, man? He didn't do nothing. You're not going to find anything on him. I've known this kid forever. Like, no, you got the wrong guy. What ended up happening was, and then, so he doesn't find anything. He leaves me with his card and he's like, call me, blah, 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 if you want to admit to something, or else I'll see you again under, you know, not so good circumstances. I'm like, all right, bro, whatever. So I call my dad. I'm like, yo, should I lawyer up? And he's like, nah, don't worry about it for now. Just if something else comes up, you know, let me know. A couple hours later, one of my homies calls me and he's like, bro, we need to talk. I'm like, what's up? And he was like, what happened last night with my cousin? I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? He was like, why'd you shoot up my cousin? What the fuck was going on? I was like, bro, you really think that was me? Why would I do a random drive-by shooting on your cousin? Like, no, we've done some fucked up shit before together. Like, you should know that I would not fuck with your family over something. I don't even know your fucking cousin. Because, like, he was telling me his name, and I was like, bro, you're going to have to send me a picture of this motherfucker. I don't know who the fuck he is. It was just weird, man. It was fucking weird. And, like, I guess somebody else ended up getting pinched for it. And it was, like, a completely different car and shit like that. So a lot of apologies came by my way. Fuckery. Can we get a review of Hot Pockets, frozen pizzas, fast food, and obscure gas station food items at some point? Maybe you could write off some of the meals. Well, if I review them, I could write off the meals. I might do that. Bro, it was just so out of pocket. Like, yeah, I did some fucked up shit. I never fucked around with guns like that, though. Like, I've been shooting before, all that sort of shit, but I never fucked around with guns like that. Did I have friends who did? Yes. Yes, I did. But I wasn't that guy. You know, if we were gonna fight someone, I wanted to fight. Granted, would I use a weapon? Like, if I had to, you know, if the numbers game was against me or something like that. But I was always like a clean fighter guy. I'm like, that was not what I was about. Shoot random people. Like, it was bizarre, man. I never heard from that cop again either. But that's not the time they kicked in my door. That was a different story. That don't cost you, though. Did I have a Saturn or a PlayStation back in the 90s? I didn't have... well, I got a Saturn used when sales were plummeting on it. They were just plummeting on it. Dude, I had so many interactions. Because when you live in a small town, people assimilate with you. And like, I was in a car club, and the car club had a very negative connotation. And the car club was considered a gang in our town. So, like, and you had, when you were in the club, you had a big ass sticker on the back of your car saying that you were in the car club. And they sort of, because like, that's how bored these fucking cops were. Like, in small town fucking USA. So like, you know, there was a lot of fuckery. A lot of fuckery. What's my beef with the SNES? I don't have a beef with the SNES. I just didn't have it as a kid. I had a Genesis. No vid today. There was nothing I was really feeling. I wasn't really feeling anything. Petty. Bro, I once got pulled over because I was at one of the Eckards that I worked at. We had 4 Eckards in town within like a 10-mile radius. Somebody had called out of one of the busier Eckards, so they wanted me to go over there. I'm like, okay, fine. It's like 9:30 in the morning on a cold ass morning. I start up my car. I don't let it warm up. I just start driving. So when you start up a car and it's cold, what happens? White smoke comes out of the back of it. This motherfucker pulls me over within 2 minutes of driving. And I'm like, what the fuck am I? I wasn't speeding. And so I'm sitting there smoking a cigarette. I'm like, can I help you? He's like, you got some white smoke coming out of the back of your car. I'm like, bro, I literally just fucking went from this Eckerd to go to this Eckerd. As you see, my Eckerd smock is on. I'm trying to get over there in a bit of a hurry. I didn't let my car warm up. I didn't realize that was a problem. And he's like, yeah, you got anything in the vehicle? I'm like, no. I throw the cigarette on the ground because I'm done with it. Hey, that could be littering, you know? That could be littering. I'm like, oh my fucking God. Holy shit. It's crazy. It's crazy. He let me go, but she's like, fuck, man. Why are you... I don't get it. I still smoke cigarettes a little bit. And yes, okay, Case. Technically, it is littering, but it's a street. Like, come on. I'm trying to help people. I'm trying to give medicine to old people, and you're sitting here piddling around. Well, that's the thing, Ryan. My mom, one of her good friends when we first moved to the area, her husband was a cop. And for some reason, like the lady and my mom kind of had a falling out as friends. Like the lady used to come over to our house, and like sometimes her husband would come too. But then they kind of had a falling out as friends. And so when I first got my license, that cop would literally stalk me. He would no. I was incorrect. They had a falling out over that because when I was first driving, the cop would like detail where I went and who I was with and stuff, give it to his wife, and then his wife would give it to my mom. And my mom was like, I don't need this. Why are you like following him around? Like petty shit too. Like, oh, he was driving through the plaza with his music really loud. I don't know if you want him doing that. And so my mom was like, I'm gonna be real. This is kind of creepy. So I don't think we're going to be friends anymore. So from 16, I had a fucking target painted on me. Plus I skateboarded. Plus, I don't know if you've ever picked up on this about me, but I'm kind of a loudmouth. When somebody says something, sometimes it's hard to hold my tongue. Workouts are good, man. Still doing the treadmill and stuff like that. Pakistan. I once dated a girl from Pakistan. Her last name was Nizam, Nizam. We didn't really date because it was like 8th grade, but we would like make out and stuff. It was cool. She let me feel up on her boobies. A Power Rangers collection would be tough because there's a lot of shitty Power Rangers games. Which of your exes would single Spawnwave have the best chance with? Do they hate music too? Spawnwave, I don't think Spawnwave quite understands dating. So I would love to see single Spawnwave. I would love to see it just because I want to see how he reacts and how he talks to women, because I think that would be fucking hilarious. Yeah, Ryan. I mean, I would, you know, what's weird enough is in my life, I could have gotten in some big trouble twice, and it was a sheriff each time who helped me out. I remember. All right, I'll tell this story, and then I might have to get some dinner because I'm getting hungry. Fucking, my girlfriend's best friend did a cheerleading competition. My high school girlfriend's best friend, and she was stuck in a town like 30 miles away because her car had fucked up. And so she's like, well, let's go pick her up. I'm like, okay. I had just gotten an 80 and a 55 speeding ticket. I didn't go to court for it. Or did I go to court for it? I don't recall if I, basically, whether I had gone to court for it or not, if I got another ticket. No, I did go to court for it because I was on supervised probation for that. I couldn't get another ticket for like 6 months, or else that ticket was going to come back, this, that, and the other, all sorts of stuff. So we're driving down US 1 to go pick her up. I'm fucking flying because I don't fucking care. And we get pulled, and it's a sheriff, and I'm like, fucking shit. So I'm kind of a bit of a hothead at this time. There's like this bridge that's like right in front of us, and there's like this little ditch on the side. It's probably all the 4 or 5 feet. I'm like, I swear to God, I'll kill us both. I will drive into this ditch. And she's like, if you drive into that ditch, you're not going to kill anyone. Like, it's not going to do anything, but maybe get your car a little bit dirty. And I was like, God damn it. And so I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do here. I was like, should I run? And she's like, no, just sit there. Just sit there and shut the fuck up. I'm like, all right. So the cop comes up. He runs my stuff. And I'm like, look, you're not going to believe me. And that's fine. But we're going to Rockingham because her best friend's car is fucked up. She's at some weird hotel in the parking lot, and she doesn't want to be there. So we're trying to go pick her up so that she's safe. And so the cop's like, yeah, okay, whatever. So he goes and runs my stuff, and he comes back. And as he's doing that, I realize I'm not wearing a seatbelt. So I put my seatbelt on real quick, and I'm like, okay, whatever. He comes back to the car, and he's like, I noticed you weren't wearing your seatbelt, Mr. Long. And I'm like, yeah, you know, yeah. She's like, and then she starts getting loud. She's like, he's wearing a seatbelt right now, officer. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, yeah, chill out. And he's like, yeah, so, yeah, when I pulled you, I noticed you weren't wearing your seatbelt. So she starts getting loud about the seatbelt. So I'm just trying to give her this death look like, shut the fuck up. And so eventually I'm just like, hey, just let him talk. Because I see where this is going. And he ended up just giving me a seatbelt ticket instead of a speeding ticket. And he was like, you just have to mail it in. I think it was like $25 or something like that. And he was like, oh yeah, by the way, just slow it down a little bit. And I was like, okay, thank you. And I was like, holy fuck. Like, thank fucking God. Because my license was going to be gone if I got another ticket. I realized where the story was going. I realized where this conversation was going. I was just like, I need to lean into it. I think I'm just going to get a seatbelt ticket. I was probably doing like 70 and a 55, but like still, that's 15 over. And, you know, they get you for shit like that. I know, right, Michael? He did the opposite. If I get married, dude, I'm letting myself go. Fuck that. I am letting myself go. Like, well, you're stuck with me now. Hell yeah, A-Rod. Oh, yeah, dude. She wrote me back on the Twitters. Ah! Ah! Just a little proof. Yeah, boys! Let's get it! Hell no, Steve DeVito. I didn't say that was cool. I just said it would be cool if I did. It's probably why I'm a piece of shit that's single. Michael asked him we're getting the PSVR 2. I plan on it. I fully plan on it. But, you know, hopefully it comes. I just think it's going to be expensive as shit. You know what, Jeff? I have one on order for $300. I have one on order for $300. I mean, there's different types of letting yourself go. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about it from a health perspective. I wouldn't want her to let herself go because I wouldn't want her to develop diabetes or something like that. You think I'm just talking about it on a superficial level. Shame. It's a goddamn shame. Post a tray flip in a vid for our skate park boys. Bro, my knees are so shot. I could barely ride anymore. I don't like sharing no bucks. I'm not a sharer. James McGuire. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, James. 25. 25 is a great year. I had a lot of fun when I was 25. Matthew Hammond with the big dono. Rate spicy chicken sandwiches from Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, KFC, McDonald's, and Wendy's. I could do that because I've eaten all of those already, but I'm assuming you mean in a video format. But I'm gonna go KFC, Popeyes, Wendy's, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A. And I know that's gonna be controversial because, like, why is Chick-fil-A on the bottom? I don't like Chick-fil-A. I don't like it. I don't like it. I remember the first time when I moved to North Carolina, you gotta go to Chick-fil-A. You gotta go to Chick-fil-A. And I was like, yo, all right, let's go to Chick-fil-A. And we went to Chick-fil-A. I was like, bro, what is this? Why is it so expensive? Like, they're trying to be fancy food. Like, I like just the pickles. I like that. The fries suck. I didn't like Chick-fil-A, bro. And I think it was part of the problem was, like, everyone just sucked off Chick-fil-A. And I hate when people hype up something and then I have it and I'm like, this is crap. This is crap on a stick. I haven't eaten their spicy chicken, though. I don't even know if there's a Chick-fil-A near me. Let me see. They were all over the place in the South, but like the Northeast. Yeah, like the closest one to me is like 40 minutes away. They were building one by my old condo that I was renting, but I don't think it ever went up. Yeah, it's too expensive, bro. Like, it's just too expensive. You know what I miss? I miss fucking Arby's. Arby's is like even further away from. I don't know, because you know what? You know what happened? I don't know if y'all remember Roy Rogers. Roy Rogers used to be popping here, and then Roy Rogers went out of business. So the nearest Arby's is like 40 minutes away from me too. Like everything else is super close. But Roy Rogers was like fucking roast beef sandwiches and shit. But then they left the area. Is this the film guy, Roy Rogers? No. This is a restaurant. I would love to eat at a Roy Rogers again. They had some banging ass roast beef. Like Arby's scared him off. I used to eat Arby's all the time though in high school because we would skip second period and we'd do a little something and then we'd go to Arby's. And you could smoke cigarettes in Arby's at that time. So Arby's would open up at like 10:30, I think it was, or 11. And we would roll up there. The second they unlocked the door, we'd roll in. We would just sit down because they knew our food. They knew what we wanted already. And like, they were just very cool with us because like, we always came in there like every day for lunch. And we would have fucking Game Boy Advances and just sit there stoned playing Game Boy Advance. I've eaten at both Hardee's and Checkers. No, Ray, I know what you're trying to do. Stop it, A-Rod. I know what that is. Have you ever watched House of a Thousand Corpses? Yeah. I don't know how I feel about Rob Zombie. I just don't know how I feel about him as a director. Like, I think some... Oh, and once again, thank you, Matthew Hammond. That's a fucking sick dono, bro. You don't have to do that. I don't know. I like White Zombie fucking kicks ass, bro. White Zombie is fucking awesome. The first Rob Zombie solo album was super good too. And then I was just kind of like, you're kind of weird, bro. Like, you're a little bit out there. And like, I understand live shows are a show and it's about an experience, but that motherfucker sucks live. Like, it's like, you can make fun of him because he's just like, but that's how he literally sounds live. Like, you can't make out a fucking word. Yeah. It's like, bro. Matthew, I have a friend who's seen like a press thing for it, so I think he's seen a couple episodes, and I've not heard good things about it. So like the Thunder's Case, yeah, a little bit, living on the hair. I love that song. Halloween was okay. Marilyn Manson, I mean, Marilyn Manson and the Spooky Kids was good. The first 3 albums, Antichrist, Coma White, and the other one, the first album, I thought they were good. I think Coma White has aged very well. There's a lot of good songs on there. There's a lot of good songs on Coma White that have aged very well. I've been to Zaxby's once. I don't remember what I got there, though. Hi, man. What's good, my brother? Pancakes, waffles, or French toast? Pancakes. Like, I love waffles. I love French toast. But I motherfucking love pancakes. I love pancakes. I love breakfast foods. I think breakfast foods are amazing. Mechanical Animals. Yeah, that's it. Not Coma White was one of the songs on there. Cradle of Filth. I like Cradle of Filth. They definitely have their highs and their lows, but am I a good cook? Fuck no. I tried to make some teriyaki chicken today, and it sucked. I didn't know what I was doing. Because I had some really good teriyaki chicken from this Japanese place the other day. I was like, well, chicken's good for you. Let me try to cook this. And it didn't work. It did not work. Monomarth rules. Have I watched Texas Chainsaw? Yeah, they're good. Do I like anime? Bro, I can't cook. No, I'll keep it a buck. I can't cook. And the reason why is my mother can't cook. As amazing as a cook as my grandma is, she did not translate any of that to my mother. And my mother was like the shittiest fucking cook in the world. She never made anything. My dad was a good cook because he was in the restaurant business. But my mother, fuck no. It wasn't Panda Express. It was some other place. Miss May I is pretty good. Yeah, that just completely skipped the generation. So like, that's kind of the reasons why one of the reasons why I need to get married. Cause like, I gotta have my grandma instill the knowledge into my wife and be like, yo, this is what you do. This is what you make for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause somebody gotta cook. Sure as hell ain't gonna me. I'm still a Hornets fan. It's just, I've always been a Knicks fan. And then I moved. Oh, Jesus Christ. Dash away. I'll tell you a story about dashing and then we'll wrap it up because now I'm getting hungry. Yeah, I was a Hornets. I'm still a Hornets fan, but I lived near Charlotte. I was an hour and a half from Charlotte. So when the Bobcats came back, I became a big fan of the Bobcats because I was far away from my Knicks. I would still watch the Knicks, but we became fans of the Bobcats. I mean, the Bobcats didn't do jack shit anyways. All right. So here's a Dash story, and then we'll probably wrap this up. There's this girl. Her name was Candace. She was weird. But she was kind of hot. She had a nice big butt. So I liked her. But she was also batshit crazy. And I remember I stayed at her apartment one night. I don't know why. I think maybe we had been drinking and I just didn't want to drive home because I wasn't that far from my house. It was only like 10 minutes away and it was only like 2 roads. But I was just like, I'll stay the night. Whatever. So everything is fine. We're hanging out, watching a movie. And she's like, let's go in there. I'm like, all right, cool. We go in there. Everything's fine. Everything's great. We finish. I'm like, all right, let's get a good night's sleep here. I had work the next day. Or did I? I don't think I was supposed to go until 12 the next day. And in the middle of the night, still to this day, I don't know what the fuck happened here. She just got mad about something and she started like yelling. And I thought maybe she was asleep. So I was kind of ignoring it. And I was like, maybe she just fucking yells in her sleep or something. But no, she like starts pushing on me and just starts yelling at me. I'm like, half asleep. I'm like, what the fuck are you yelling about? I was like, calm the fuck down. What's the problem? She takes a lamp and throws it against the wall. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get the fuck out of here. So I get up, my phone and my keys are on a nightstand. She grabs both of them and opens up her back door. She lived on the second floor apartment and just throws them into the woods. And I'm like, what in the fuck are you doing? I don't even know why you're yelling at me. I don't know why you're mad. You're waking up in the middle of it's 3 in the fucking morning. You're waking up freaking the fuck out. What the fuck is going, like, are you on medication? Do I need to get you your medicine or something? And she's just like, get the fuck out. Get the fuck. I'm like, bitch, I can't get the fuck out. You threw my keys in the fucking woods. So it had been raining that night. And I left her apartment. I went downstairs and she might have, Patrick. Maybe, but I don't know. But I went downstairs. My phone was completely destroyed and my keys were soaked, and I ended up getting my car and go home. And I remember I went to work the next day at 12. They're like, where have you been? I was like, fuck you mean where I've been? 12 o'clock. It's on the schedule. They're like, we've been calling you all morning. We needed you to come in at 9. I was like, well, let me tell you about the fucking night I had then, because I haven't slept and I'm not in a great fucking mood. And they're like, okay, never mind. Thanks for coming in at 12. Bro, it was fucking crazy. Still to this day, I have no idea. I have no idea. Granted, I haven't seen her. I remember the last time I saw her was when I left North Carolina. She was working at the bank that I did business with. And I was like, yeah, I'm moving. She was like, okay. I was like, yeah, so I need to withdraw some money out of my account. Bro, it was so fucking weird, man. It was so fucking weird. I also heard a rumor that she would pee in her sleep, but she didn't pee that night. So I was like, whatever. Maybe that's why she was mad, because she couldn't piss in her bed or something. Who the fuck knows? Shit sucked, though. I like sleeping. I'm a man who enjoys a good sleep, a good nap, or something like that. Bro, that fucking lamp shattered into like a million goddamn pieces. It shattered all over the walls, all over her floor, and I'm like, I'm not cleaning. This is your house. This is your house. You will be cleaning this up this mess. I don't know if I want to like wake up to that though, Daryl. You're just like laying in bed and like, what the fuck? I did not know. There was no bed pee. Literally, it was just completely random. Just wake up screaming. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? A lamp hits the wall. I'm like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. My shit gets thrown out the sliding glass door downstairs, and then I'm told to get the fuck out. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I did nothing wrong. Unless somebody called me and she talked to him or something, that could have been happening, but I didn't hear the phone ring. I'm a very light sleeper. I'm a very light sleeper. If I hear the slightest noise, I will start like yelling like, yo, get the fuck out of my house. I'm fucking crazy. I will kill you and I will chop you up into little pieces. You will not escape. Because if I think like someone's trying to break in or something, and it could just be like the wind or something. So I'm just screaming at nothing. No, my phone didn't work after that. I had to get a new phone. It had landed like in like mud, and plus it was like one of those older phones, so it had landed in mud and broke off into 2 pieces. I never learned the reason why. She couldn't reach out. She broke my fucking phone. I had to get a new phone with a new phone number. I did get the keys back. Because I had to go outside and find the keys and find my phone in order to get the fuck out of there. It's a possibility, Patrick, but I don't, like, we weren't dating or anything like that. Like, I would just go over there like once a week and we would mess around. And then that night I decided to stay the night for what I guess because it was raining and I was kind of drunk and I didn't feel like driving home. I didn't want to ask her nothing, Rafe, because I don't want to talk to her again. Was she Hispanic? I don't think so. She was kind of a ghetto chick. Like, you know, the little gold chain with her name on it on her neck. But I think she was just white. Maybe she was just mad he didn't give her cuddles, bro. I'm not much of a cuddler. If it's super cold, I will cuddle. But like, if it's above like 68 degrees, don't touch me. Don't touch me. I do sometimes talk in my sleep. What's up, Castlemania Games in the building? What's up, Matt? What's up, Alex? Probably about to wrap things up here very soon, for it is dinner time, but we'll go for a few more minutes. I have lots of weird stories like that, though. I remember this one time. This was actually kind of recent. The girl I met on Tinder hit me up. This is probably like 2 years ago. And she was like, "What are you doing?" And that's my voice for women. "What are you doing?" I was like, "What?" I was like, "I'm chilling." She's like, "I want to come over." I'm like, "I've never even met you, but okay." I was like, she's like, can I have some directions? No little freak in Hollywood sucks on dick, does it real good. She'll give you money, fill up your tummy, house for the kids. So she's like, "I want to come over, but I've been drinking." I'm like, "Well, if you've been drinking, you probably shouldn't come over." And she's like, "Well, give me your address. I'll see how far it is." I was like, "Okay." So I give her my address. It's like an hour away. She's like, "I'll be there in an hour." I'm like, "All right." So she finally gets there, and her friend, she's on her phone with her friend. So I go outside, and her friend, she hands me the phone, and it's a friend. And friend's like, don't mess around with her. Be nice to her. I'm like, okay. I didn't plan on holding her hostage or anything like that. So, it was pretty much like she came in. She had a couple little like airplane bottles. So I drank a few of them with her. And now it's like 1 a.m, and I'm like, I'm kind of tired. Can we move this to the bedroom? And she's like, "Yeah." So we go in bed and we start messing around. And like, she just starts like, "I don't like that." I'm like, "Oh, you don't like what?" "I don't like what you're doing right now." And I wasn't even really doing it. It was just like kind of feeling her up. And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So now in my mind, I'm thinking like, all right, she doesn't want to fuck. So I don't know why you drive an hour somewhere, but you know, I'm a nice enough guy. So I'm like, all right, whatever. And then I'm laying there and she starts feeling me up, and I'm like, okay, you know, obviously the roles have reversed a little bit here, but that's fine. I'm not gonna complain about it. And then she falls asleep. I'm like, all right, you've had a lot to drink, evidently. Maybe it's better that nothing happens, because who knows what you'll say in the morning. So I'm laying there within 5 fucking minutes of her falling asleep. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? The loudest fucking snore in the world. So I'm like putting pillows on my head, and it was terrible. It was fucking terrible. I was like, I want to kick her out. I want to just be like, get the fuck out of here. But she's drunk, so I don't want to be like a super mean guy or anything like that. Like, I am a nice guy. And so I'm like, fuck this. I'm just gonna go sleep on the couch. I go into the living room. I close the door, and I could still hear it through the door. I'm just like, fucking Christ. So she wakes up in the morning, and she comes out of the room. She's like, "Why are you sleeping out here?" I was like, "Because you're fucking crazy, that's why." And she's like, "Why?" I was like, "You fucking were snoring louder than I've ever heard a human being snore. I still heard you snoring out here." And she's like, "Oh." And then she sits on the couch and looks me dead in the face and goes, "So what are we doing today?" And I'm like, "What the fuck are we doing today? What the fuck are we doing? Not a goddamn thing today. That's what we're fucking doing, is nothing. Nothing." So I'm like, fuck. So I take out my phone and I text a friend. I'm like, call me now. And so my friend calls me, and I'm like, "Oh, hey grandma, what's up?" Yeah, I'll be over there in a little bit. Just gotta hop in the shower and I'll be right over." "All right, thanks." And I was like, "Oh, I'm going to see my grandma today." And she's like, "I thought we were gonna spend the day together." And I wanted to be like, why in the fuck would you think that we are spending the day together? There has been nothing that has transpired within the past 12 hours or so that has given you any sort of inclination to think that we'll be spending any additional time together. Besides you not wanting to sleep with me, but then you wanting to sleep with me, and then you snoring me out of my own room, and I had to sleep on the couch. There has been nothing that has transpired within that 12 hours to think that we would be hanging out beyond this day. And the bad part is I've had that happen before too, but that's a story for another day. But yeah, I was like, "No, I gotta go to my grandma's. You gotta get the fuck out. Like, I'll call you sometime." And here's how everything comes full circle. And it's funny. Like I said, that was about 2 years ago. Now she's an on-call person for me. And I just call her and be like, what you doing? Trying to come by? All right, I'll see you in a little bit. But you ain't staying the night. That's just my voice for people. What are you doing? We're like Sasquatch. I'll tell the Sasquatch story one night. Scared the fuck out of my roommate. He fucking came home, and it was almost like a complete role reversal, but it was a little different situation. And she was sleeping on the couch, and my buddy got home from work at like 7 a.m. and he just starts knocking on my door. He's like, "Who the fuck is on the couch?" I was like, "Motherfucker, just let her sleep on there. I'll explain it in the morning." No, the Dr. Pepper on my computer was kicked over. That was a terrible, terrible story. That was a terrible. Oh yeah, let me read the super chats. Shit. Thank you, Necro. Still alive. You have all these crazy non-gaming stories. Did any of your friends like games as much as you did though? Yeah, like Rob used to play a lot. I used to play games with Rob all the time. I would play like a lot of Madden and Street Hoops, like Elijah One and stuff like that. Like, he wasn't like big into RPGs or anything. I remember we used to play War of the Monsters a lot on PS2 though. He fucking loved that game. So I used to play that over at his house sometimes. Grand Theft Auto, you know, just get a bunch of the homies together and, you know, get some blunts, smoke some weed and play some Grand Theft Auto. Tons of good times with that. She needs a CPAP. Honestly, I need a CPAP, by the way, because I have like, I do the whole dying in my sleep thing, and I like to not tell people about it just because it scares the fuck out of them and it like scars them for life. John said I wasn't too bad though. It's very off or on, but yeah, I definitely need a CPAP. I'm trying to do everything in my power to avoid needing a CPAP, but I know my sleep is fucking terrible, and it's why I'm probably always tired and worthless. I got something, bro. Rob used to take videos of me and I'd be like choking in my sleep. But if I sleep on my side, it's a little bit better. If I fall on my back though, it's fucking bad. And I'll wake up and like my mouth is dry as fuck. No, his name was Elijah One. Called him Lodge, L-A-J. Lodge Stones was his nickname. Lodge, a gangsta, a gentleman. I remember he borrowed my White Sox retro hat because we had the same head size. We both had really big fucking heads, and he fucking flipped his car into like a blueberry bush and totaled his car and ruined that hat, and I was so sad. But he ended up buying me another one, so it was all good. Yeah, sleeping's supposed to be relaxing, but it's not for me. But one day it will be. Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to go to a doctor. I don't want to do the machine because I feel like I'm not even gonna be able to sleep. Yeah, bro, it was a blueberry bush because the fucking hat, like he showed me the hat and it was ruined and all his clothes were ruined, and like he was with his girlfriend at the time, and I guess he was fucked up and he flipped his car into a blueberry bush. Do I sit up in my sleep? Nah, only if I wake up, like something like wakes me up. That's true, Medallion, that's true. I've been doing some stuff though to like try to circumvent it, I guess. I don't know. Like a bush with blueberries. Or some sort of berry. I'm pretty sure it was blueberry though, because like fucking did I have bushes? Maybe it was a raspberry bush or something. It was some sort of bush tree thing, because all the clothes and like even his girlfriend were like covered in like goop. Nah, because like his car got fucked up, like his car got totaled. Because the best part was he totaled his car and I used to pick him up for school sometimes because he was on the way to me. Oh, no. Here's what happened. So he totaled his car and I was like, oh, I'll pick you up for school. You know, I have to go by her house anyways. And so days that I would skip school, I'd be like, hey, Ma, you got to go pick up Lodge. She'd be like, what? I was like, you got to go bring Lodge to school. I ain't going to school today. And so like my little short ass white mom would go pick up Lodge. She was like this big black dude to like drop him off at school. She was just cool with it. Like he didn't care. He loved her. He wanted to fuck my mom anyways. But I just wanted to be in the car for them. Like, what the fuck are they talking about on the 10-minute drive to school? Like, I would love to be in the car just like as a passenger. I should, Jay. I don't have insurance or anything like that though. What are the benefits of being a YouTuber? Dude, everyone wanted to fuck my mom. Like, it was just a common thing. I wanted to fuck Adam's mom. I wanted to fuck Adam's sister. I almost did fuck Adam's sister once. I was so close. I was so close. Yeah, mulberry. Bingo. It was a mulberry bush. I wanted to bang Adam's sister. And one time, because she lived with, like, her mom. And we used to party at Adam's house because he lived with his dad. Her mom lived, like, in some other state or something. But, oh, Scott. Yeah, I know. Well, my mom had me when she, like, just turned 18. So she's always looked super young, and she's aged very well. And so Adam's sister was coming to visit, and she was staying in this, and he had a 4-bedroom condo, but, like, 3 of the bedrooms were really small. And then, like, on the other end was his dad's room. And so I was like, she came to stay with him. I'm like, holy fuck. And one night we were all partying and drinking and stuff. And she was like, I'm going to bed. I was like, you need some company? She was like, yeah, you can come lay in bed with me for a little bit. I was like, word. And so I was like, all right. And so I went in there and I started laying in bed with her. And like, Adam just kept coming in the fucking room because he knew it was about to go down. And like every 10 minutes, he'd be like, hey, you guys need anything? Like, no, we don't. And so it never ended up happening. Never ended up happening. But I really think it could have gone down that night. But Adam's the guy who I had to chase around my apartment complex with a butcher's knife because he tried to break in when I was fucking his girlfriend. But that was because he stole shit. He stole money from me. And so that was my act of revenge. So what does that mean, kiddies? Bringing everything back to video games. The Last of Us 2 should have had a proper revenge plot. Yeah, it was the same guy. I heard about it, Jay Clant. All right, we're going to wrap this up. I got to eat some dinner. I hope you guys enjoyed this wonderful live stream of debauchery and bullshit. That's what the Tuesday streams are. Thursday, we might play some games. I might hit up some of the homies, see if they want to come through, play some games or something like that. We'll stream a little bit later. I like to do these earlier ones because I'm global, baby. I'm global. So get some people who don't get to see it involved. Yeah, we'll be back Thursday night and Saturday night, so make sure you come into that. Thank you to everyone who stopped by. Thank you to everyone who is a channel member. I sincerely appreciate you guys. You guys help sponsor this channel and keep things going. Thank you to everyone for the donations tonight, especially Matthew Hammond. Dude, fucking sick, bro. And thank you to everyone else who donated. I sincerely love and appreciate you guys. I'll catch you guys tomorrow with a video. Maybe news, maybe something else that I'm working on.